mandrake roots taken straight from the gallows at midnight.
If it's a bath you're after, I'm afraid you're out of luck.
Oh? How's that?
We're closed. A terrible thing has happened.
Really? What?
The water in the tubs has turned to blood.
Water turned to blood? You're having me on, right?
I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't seen it with my own 2 eyes. Turned to blood.
But that's impossible. How could that happen?
Well, there's been talk that there's a revenant on the loose. Jesus preserve us. All the butcher's meat went bad too. It seems one touch of the revenant's hand is enough to do that. The hens round here have been hexed. They're laying charcoal instead of eggs. People's rosaries are going missing. That's the work of dark forces.
Where did this revenant come from?
There was a charcoal burner who had a tragic fate, and he was buried hereabouts in unhallowed ground. They say he's risen from the grave to take revenge on the locals.
Yeah, I heard of him. What does he want to avenge? The death of his wife?
Hers. And his own, too.
His death? Why? I heard what happened before, but I don't know how he ended up.
I can't tell you that. Some of the older folk still remember, but they ain't keen to talk about it.
Why blood in the baths?
Well, the wife of that fellow who they say has returned from the grave, she bled to death in childbirth. And none of the bathmaids that was here at the time helped her. That's why.
And what about your other services? Are you still doing business?
Aye, for now. Who knows how long, though? What do you need?
And stay out of sight. What will people think if they see me talking to a vagabond like you?
God bless.
Yeah!
Make it quick, though. I don't care much for your scent.
Why aren't you selling anything, good wife?
I don't have anything to sell, lad.
Why don't you get some supplies then?
It'd only be a waste of time and money, as long as that revenant is wandering around.
Revenant?
Aye. There's one haunting these parts, and it's spoiling all the meat around.
My God, that's bad news. Especially for your trade.
The meat is the least of it, lad. An unholy thing like that can do all sorts of evil. It can make your life a misery.
Ah, is that so?
God bless.
Get out of here or I'll call the guards on you.
Yeah.
Mount Olympus!
What do you want from me now?
Good wife.
You're still here, lad? I thought you'd have fled by now.
Fled? Why on earth would I do that?
Because there's a revenant on the prowl. The whole village is talking about it, and everyone is terrified.
Ah, that. But I heard there's one brave lad who's not afraid.
You mean Felix?
Well, I don't know what his name is, but he's always arguing in the tavern that there's no revenant.
That's him. The fool doesn't believe what's going on under his own nose. He hasn't the sense he was born with.
He even said he'd spend the night at the graveside, just to prove there's no revenant.
Aye, all talk and no action.
Is he brave or just stupid? Surely he's afraid of something.
I couldn't tell you. But if he's to be believed, he doesn't fear the devil himself.
And do you believe him?
Well, it's true he never seems bothered by anything. But then he's always with that other pair.
What pair?
2 mates of his.
But he was alone in the tavern.
Aye, they're not locals, but outside the village, wherever he goes, they go with him.
Who are these 2 fellas?
They're not bad lads, but they're no heroes, that's for sure.
How's that?
Them 2 have their fears, but then who doesn't?
What are they afraid of?
The first one wouldn't even go into the woods alone, because he's afraid of wild animals.
Ah, is that so? I wonder why.
He got lost in the forest as a young lad, and he wasn't found till next morning. Shaking and pale as a ghost he was when they found him.
Poor lad. He must have been scared out of his wits.
That he was.
What about the other one?
He's afraid of fire.
Why?
His own father burned him, God forgive him. As a young lad, he was playing with fire and nearly set fire to the house. So his pa taught him a lesson he wouldn't forget.
Poor lad. That's a terrible way to teach a child.
My words, exactly.
Ah, it's been an interesting chat. Thanks, good wife.
May the Lord watch over you.
Glad to see you.
So, how am I doing so far?
I already told you, Henry. Everyone is scared out of their wits.
I know. I was just wondering if anything had changed.
I haven't heard anything new.
Uh-huh. All right. This brave fella, Felix his name is, if we can get him to spend the night at the grave, he won't be alone. Wherever he goes, he always has 2 mates tagging along.
Like he's afraid to be alone.
Could be.
So, if we could get him there alone, it shouldn't be too hard to scare him.
Well, maybe, maybe not. He claims he's not afraid of anything.
That's easy to say. I'm not so sure. Only, we have to get rid of the other 2. What do you know about them?
One of them is afraid of wild animals. Won't even go into the woods on his own.
I see. And the other one?
Well, he's afraid of fire, but I doubt an ordinary campfire would do the trick.
Well, we'll think of something. Anyway, you take care of the first one.
How, though?
Haven't you learned anything from me? Talk to a dog.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Any particular one, Master?
The most frightening one, of course.
And how am I supposed to recognise him? One looks the same as another.
By his bark, naturally. Can't you hear him? He'd scare the wits out of anyone.
That's a dog.
Either that or Satan in the guise of a beast.
All right. And what do I do with him?
Have a conversation with him and see if you can mimic his bark.
Yeah, great idea. People will think I'm barking mad.
Good luck then.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this. Come on then. Bark. What a beast you are. Alright, let's see. Ruff. Ruff. Again. Boo. Boo. Woo. Woo. Boo. 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 That's still not quite it. Yeah. No. Boo. 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 That's it. And now I'm officially the village idiot.
Rare merchandise from all over the world. The relics of saints from Italy. Altar candles from France. And pieces of cloth all the way from the Holy Land. So, how did you get on?
I found that mutt. Although from the noises it made, you'd hardly guess it was a dog.
So you've learned to bark.
I have, master.
So bark.
I never thought I'd stoop so low. Boo! Boo!
Perfect.
But what if it's not enough?
Ah, ye of little faith. Besides, can you think of any other way?
If we want to have him there on his own, I could always knock the other two out.
And what if he finds them unconscious?
I can always haul them off somewhere he won't find them.
Just make sure you don't botch it, Henry. It could easily turn very sour.
Don't worry. But what about the other fella?
Ah, yes, apprentice. You have the good fortune to witness a genius at work. Watch and learn. An oil lamp.
An oil lamp?
Precisely! Isn't it ingenious?
A marvellous invention, I grant you. But what do you want to do with it?
That's the clever part. I've hung a lamp like this over the Revenant's grave. All you have to do is shoot it down. It'll fall on the grave and burst into flames.
Well, that could work. Only...
Only what?
How can you be sure I'll manage to shoot it down?
I believe in you, Henry. You're my apprentice, versed in the ways of our craft.
Right, I almost forgot.
Anyway, you can practice. The lamp is already hanging up. It just hasn't been lit yet.
Aye, I'll give it a go. And then what?
Then you just have to goad our Felix into putting his money where his mouth is.
But what if he doesn't fall for it?
Refusing would ruin his credibility. Go and see him. I'll bet you anything, if you present it right, he'll jump at it.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Good. Don't delay, though. Practice with the lamp first, if you like, or just go straight to him.
Yeah! Yeah! I've heard there's a revenant haunting these parts.
Ah, you don't want to believe those old wives' tales.
Well, it's not true then.
Of course not. It's just a lot of fairy tales.
You're kind of sure of yourself, aren't you?
That I am. And what's it to you?
Nothing. It's just that, well, bold talk doesn't prove anything.
Are you saying I'm lying?
Well, can you prove your claims?
What?
Well, supposing you spent the night at that grave, like you say. That'd prove there's no revenant, wouldn't it?
You reckon so? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Besides, since you're so fearless, it'd be nothing to you, right?
Aye, that's right.
How about something to buck up your courage? Ah, probably not. You don't need it.
I don't, but it can't hurt. Thanks, Em.
So when are you going to do it?
Just as soon as I can in the evening.
Right. And now you can... Shh! Quiet, Henry! You'll give us away!
Sorry. What's that you're wearing?
What do you think it is?
I don't know, some new fashion?
It's my revenant costume, of course!
My apologies, Master, for not recognising it immediately.
You obviously still have a lot to learn.
So, did they come?
Yes, all three. They're camping at the top of the hill.
Right. I'll have time to get haunting then. Where do I start?
I'll leave that up to you. The main thing is to scare off the two cronies first. I'll take care of fearless Felix.
So I'll scare one off with the lamp,
Yes, just make sure no one sees you shooting.
and the other one with fearsome noises.
That will probably take a few attempts. Ideally, a bit at a time.
Let him work up an appetite for more, so to speak.
I couldn't have put it better myself. Just don't give yourself away.
I won't, but if they do happen to see me coming...
Then you'd better vanish like a wisp of smoke, or make some excuse.
And what will you be doing?
I'll wait somewhere out of the way for a while, and then I'll crash in. So make sure the other two are gone by then.
All right.
Wait here for me. Stay.
Hey, what was that? A wolf? No, it can't be a wolf. But what?
What's that noise? What kind of animal makes a noise like that?
Christ, that noise again. What the? Probably nothing.
To heel, mutt.
Oh, no, not again. No, please, God, no. I can't stand this. No, please, no. They're everywhere. They'll devour me. Jesus Christ, I've got to get away from here.
That was something!
How did you like that, eh?
Wonderful! I haven't had so much fun since I dressed up as the Pope.
Did you see him run? Like all the demons of hell were on their heels.
One was quite enough, evidently.
So what now?
Now I just wait for my customers to turn up. Come and see me tomorrow before noon, and you'll get your well-earned reward. God save you. See you later. Take care. Ah, my dear apprentice, how happy I am to see you.
So, it all worked out then?
Like a dream. I didn't sell half as much in Sasau.
That's good news. Now, about that thing you promised me.
Your well-deserved reward, certainly. Here you have it. Here's something extra for you. I sold a lot more than I expected, and I think it's all thanks to you.
What will you do now?
I could go now. I've coin enough, but I'll wait a while before moving on.
Why? I thought you didn't want to stay too close to Sasau for long.
But what if you needed my help?
Indeed. How could I forget all you've done for me? Well, at least I'll know where to find you. Will you teach me how to pickpocket better?
Certain.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First, you have to have some skills to hone.
Well, I'll think it over.